Hello everyone, my name is Logan Mansion of Logan Mansion Games, and I'm pleased to welcome you all back to Wolfenstein, New Order. Okay, so I'm gonna continue where I left off at last time.
Why don't you sit with me, Miss Anya? Listen in on these frequencies. Anything out of London, make a note of the time and write down as much as you...
Last light in England, Paris, September 7th, 1951. The stalwart resistance of the brave people of London have been quelled. Sources inside London after the August uprising, which had seemed like a turning point for the resistance fighters and the German tyrants unleashed their latest machine of oppression, a monstrous thing called the London Monitor. Eyewitnesses reports describe the fight as a massacre with the cobblestone streets drenched in the blood of the brave resistance fighters, crushed or gunned down by the giant machine. German elite combat units then proceeded to move from block to block, systematically taking out the last remnants of freedom fighters.
Here is pen. Can I do typewriting? You know how to type. Yes. My parents thought I should learn. For you to take dictation, prescriptions and such. Not really. It was useful during my time at the University of London for my doctorate in archaeology.
Leave me alone, all right? I don't know you. Make friends.
Assist me in figuring out what's this damn nonsense.
Are you deaf? I'm busy. Fuck off.
Jerk.
Asshole, what's wrong with you? You're reading? Okay. German crosses the Atlantic. Vancouver, January 3rd, 1947. Earlier this week, a German submarine was sunk in combat strand just a few miles off the coast of Cape North today. Hundreds of ships crossed the Atlantic, and the first German troops set foot upon Canadian soil. Now this is the time to be brave, said the Prime Minister in an emergency radio broadcast. It's now or never. Our boys at the front line need your support to defend our homeland, to defend our freedom.
You can find Klaus on the second floor. We should have the folder for Project Whisper.
Triumph in the East. Berlin, April 1947. It was a devastating defeat for the Red Army when the German flag was raised in the western side of the river Volga. This morning, in a statement to our reporter site, Field Marshal Frederick Reiter said the victory is not only thanks to our hardworking, dedicated troops, but also the result of a new weapon that was deployed for the first time in battle. The Panzerhund is a mechanical autonomous beast of war that can't feel fear and can't feel remorse. It is the purest form of a killing machine. It will tear the Russians apart, limb by limb. The Reds surrender. Moscow, December 12th, 1946. The cold Russian winter bites hard, but one could not tell looking at the rosy, smiling faces of the victorious German army and the liberated Russian people. The last battle against the Red Army took place in Izek, following their month-long campaign to seize the German capital, a campaign which, after numerous setbacks and hundreds of civilian casualties, caused the Russian people to turn against their own army, with nightly bomb raids by the German Air Force on the Red Army's military factories in the Ural region. It was merely a matter of time before the Russian forces would start to lose their moral. The murderous tyrant or it's spelled Yosef, but it's actually Joseph Stalin, yet to be found, but there are numerous calculating that he might have been assassinated by his own men. Is that why they lost? Because Stalin was killed? Because I know the Soviets were the ones who did, like, most of the work during the war. In fact, they were, like, basically the ones who prepared for World War II. Finally, the British tyranny comes to an end. London, June 21st, 1948. As if blessed by the sun, the German flag hung high this morning over Buckingham Place to mark the end of a tyrannical monarchy which has plagued the English people for centuries. Fled Marshal Gerolf Feigenbaum, who led the British invasion, cautioned that armed resistance is to be expected, but the majority of the British people will soon realize they have been fooled by the British government's warmongering leaders. Following the surrender, the whole of the Commonwealth now falls under German rule, and the remaining armies have been ordered to stand down. Yeah, like the Third Reich was any better. Moscow in flames. Stockholm, March 16, 1945. The Red Army were forced to retreat last night from a Moscow engulfed by flames. Following a week-long German bomb raid, the bargain of mortar fire heard through the night and well into early Thursday morning seems to have obliterated what was left in the inner parts of the city. As yet, there has been no word of the whereabouts of either Joseph Stalin or his high command. Extra prisoners escape Eisenwald. Berlin, October 13th, 1960. Early morning, a small group of prisoners escaped from Eisenwald prison. The prisoners were described by the police as highly dangerous murderers, rapists, and degenerates. They advise the public to stay alert for people displaying deviant behavior and report anything that may help them track down these individuals. Yeah, murderers, rapists, and degenerates. Kind of like Nazis. Victory in Asia. Berlin, July 8th, 1948. Early Monday morning, a special assault team launched an attack on the last stronghold of the People's Liberation Army within the hours of the Republic of China surrendered unconditionally. Experts committed the Japanese government now have no choice but to give up their territorial claims in Asia. Sources close to Field Marshal claim that a plan is being drawn up to both China and Japan, which will transition the two countries into servant states within separate governments and military. These states will, of course, be supremely governed by the superior German Empire. Regime crosses the Atlantic. No, wait, yeah, I read this one already. Okay, I need to read this one. Royal Air Force down but not out. Liverpool, June 25th, 1945. The Royal Air Force suffered a major defeat yesterday in the Battle of Liverpool. Through major loss were reported on both sides. The RAF were forced to retreat after losing more than 2 out of 3 of their fighters, but even when faced with overwhelming odds, our brave boys in the skies continue to fight for our king and country. This fighting spirit may be what constitutes the very essence of Englishness. Us Englishmen. Hold on. I'm trying to do a British accent. Never mind. I'm not gonna do it. Us Englishmen, we fight till the very end, said a corner shop owner trying to put out a fire raging inside St. Luke's Church. And I'll be damned if I will let some Jerry come here and tell us what to do. Was this man channeling the spirit of raft pilot Jameson? Jameson, who was shot down above Liverpool yesterday, burst out of his flaming wreckage, his body on fire and armed only with a pistol, and killed 4 German paratroopers before finally succumbing himself, even as the enemy stands out of our doorstep. The RAF will go to hell and back to kick them out of England. Jolly good boys. Oh, look at this. Look at it on this wall. These are like pictures of Nazis right here. Nazi troops and stuff like that. There's Frau Engel right there, and then there's Death's Head. This guy, I don't know. He looks a little bit like Heinrich Himmler, but no, it's probably not. No, because I think his glasses were smaller. And his mustache was smaller, too. Okay, this is Jay's room.
Maintain workbench. Don't think Guitar Boy would mind if I borrow it.
Look at that. Oh, cool, armor upgrade.
Talk to Klaus.
There are cup stains on the counter. The tide is turning. Look at all this food. Canned food. Okay, that door's locked.
Max, es sucht schon die ganze Zeit nach dem Hammer. Hast du ihn gesehen?
McDonald.
You know about before going off on you like that. It's a force of habit.
No worries, Johnny Cowboy. It's not the first time it happens.
Yeah, perhaps you should consider removing them tattoos.
I will, in time. I was, as you Americans say, all wet when I got them. And I'm sorry to say it was a very proud moment of my life. I want removing them to be an even prouder moment. No more Nazis, no more tattoos.
So long as you don't get in the way of me killing Nazis, we'll see eye to eye. Caroline's looking for a document folder, Project Whisper.
Ruhige sich, Junge. Max doesn't speak English very well, but he does know Project Whisper. It's a risky business operation. He knows it will cost us to pull it out. Max doesn't like violence. He doesn't want to see anyone get hurt. Alles in Ordnung, mein Sohn. Wir werden für dich kämpfen.
Caroline said you borrowed the folder. Do you have it here?
I did take it 2 days ago, but I put it back. Go to the ground floor. The folder should be in the drawer in a desk in her room, where I left it. Make a looky-loo in Caroline's room. The folder should be inside a desk.
You good, Max? There's like a deer on his shirt, and look at that. There's like a patch right there, star patch. It looks like part of an American flag.
Must be Max's room. What is Max hiding in there? Is that the Project Whisper folder? Either need a crowbar or find a way around.
Look at these Mario stars.
Seems to be in order.
Editorial is the terror threat over Berlin, October 3rd, 1960. A strange feeling of surreality comes over as I walk by my morning promenade along unter den Leiden. At first, I struggle to understand what this feeling comes from and why I haven't felt it for so long, and then it hits me. For the last 6 months, there has been no terrorist activity, no ruthless killing sprees against innocent civilians, no car bombs in peaceful neighborhoods, no suicide attacks, no public transports. Has the secret against terrorism? No, considering they're terrorists themselves. Okay, I think I'll just end the video right here, but if you liked it, make sure to click the like button and subscribe if you'd like to see more videos from me. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section, but as always, thank you all for watching. Have a great day. Bye, everyone.